Yes, it is in fact true that if you enter shit Egypt 4th into the seed input in Terraria, the game will generate a drunk world. Huh. This isn't unique to this seed either. Other examples like Crap Economy Bath, Viewfluffer, or Pimp Daddy Faith Exploration Co. also work. Yeah. So why is this the case? Isn't the drunk world supposed to only occur on the seed 5/16/2020? Well, technically speaking, it does. Look at the code, and bam, it's right there. The only condition for it, clear as day. However, it's clear that this isn't strictly true, so why? The answer lies in strings. Note that when we entered these seeds, we only entered in strings, that is, text. However, Terraria seeds are internally interpreted as numbers. Therefore, if a string seed is entered, Terraria simply converts the text to an integer. These conversions are done by sending the string through the CRC32 hash algorithm. CRC32 just takes some data and spits out a 32-bit integer based on that data, so Terraria just feeds the strings into it to get some integer which it can then work its world gen on, a quick way to get strings to work as numerical seeds. Knowing this, given that all strings are just converted to integers, it makes sense that if we just find what strings are converted to 5/16/2020 by the CRC32 hash, we can find strings that generate the drunk world. And yes, people can and have done that. Since CRC32 has only 4 billion possible outputs, it is pretty easy for a modern computer to find strings like this by just brute force trial and erroring all the combinations. For example, my computer with a 5-year-old mid to high-end GPU can manage about 7 to 8 billion hashes per second, allowing me to find a couple strings per second simply by brute force. It's a bit slower if you work with dictionaries to try to find phrases, but overall it's not difficult at all to find these strings. I found quite a few in just a short bit, including the ones I featured in this video. Since there are an inconceivable amount of strings compared to the amount of 32-bit integer values, there are an unthinkable amount of strings that, when seeded, create a drunk world. You just need to go out and find them. Once you have a string or strings that matches the correct CRC32 hash of 5/16/2020, enter it into Terraria and it should convert and generate a drunk world, just like that. Another funny tidbit about the Terraria integer seed conversion is how it deals with negative numbers, which is, it doesn't. There are no negative Terraria seeds. It just takes the absolute value of all negative numbers. This means that if you enter in negative 5/16/2020, you'll also get a drunk world, and strings that hash to that number also generate a drunk world, which is certainly interesting. Well, that's it for this short video about Terraria World Gen. Hopefully some cryptography nerd doesn't beat me to death because I got one detail wrong. I'm no expert here. Oh, and by the way, this whole shebang works the same on the Celebration Mark 10 seed, which works on the seed 5/16/2021. It's just a different number, and I didn't feel like repeating myself. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing, as only a third of you are. If you enjoy these kind of Terraria internal dives, my Inside Terraria series of videos may suit you. The playlist is on the right. An algorithmic video is on the left. Either way though, thank you for watching, and good day, and goodbye. See you next fortnight.